I feel bad for Pure Tonka. I think that if it was released by a different house, maybe potentially at a different time, an earlier time, I could imagine that if this had come out in anywhere between 2003 and 2009, it would have been probably one of the biggest fragrances that you'd ever heard of. Unfortunately, in art, timing is important. Pure Tonka had a lot to follow in the Angel Men line. The original Angel Men, the outstanding Pure Malt, Pure Havane, even Pure Wood had some fans in there. Pure Coffee, especially, is something that this is compared to, and Pure Leather, which was a bit of a sleeper hit. Pure Tonka is a great fragrance, and for some people it will be a fantastic fragrance, and for some people it will be all that they really need. But unfortunately, this does live under the shadow of a lot of great Angel Men fragrances. So let's dive into Angel Men Pure Tonka. So the first thing is, would you like this? Well, truthfully, this is very easy to recommend to a lot of different people. There are some caveats. It's probably better if you do enjoy sweeter fragrances, if you enjoy mass appealing fragrances, if you do enjoy, of course, tonka bean fragrances, but you aren't offended by lavender or coffee, that would help as well. If you enjoy sweet fragrances and lavenders, then this is definitely something you've got to check out. And you don't mind something that is very pleasant and sweet, but quite synthetic. If you are looking for a casual fragrance right now, a signature scent, something that you can wear in an office environment, something that you can just wear really any time, then this is definitely good for you. Clubbing, nights out, well, it's good on paper and good in theory, but it doesn't have the performance. But out for drinks, out for a date, out for friends, again, something you should definitely think about. This is Pure Tonka, and it's very easy to wear for a lot of people. Let's get to the presentation. You've got your usual Angel Men fingerprint magnet bottle here. It's very slick and sleek and rubbery, as all of the Angel Men's are, but this doesn't have too much, maybe, of a unique look, especially when you compare it to something like Ultra Zest or Ultimate. It looks like Angel Men with a different textured bottle, a similar looking star juice, and quite a few fractals on the glass. But apart from that, it's actually not very unique, and a little bit of a disservice, especially when you consider what had come before and what came after. Even Pure Leather, which looked similar, did have a leather looking bottle. This one is probably the most ununique out of all of the bottles. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it a 3 out of 5. The scent is so interesting. I have gone through phases where I have worn this a tremendous amount, and then I forget that I even have it. I think that the thing is that it's doing things that a lot of different fragrances have done before. This has had open comparisons to Rochesman, Bond No. 9's New Harlem, Michael Jordan Legend, and some others. This is not necessarily tonka, it is tonka, lavender, and vanilla all wound up together with a sprinkling of coffee. It's more that DNA. And it's not unpleasant. In fact, it's very pleasant, and I would say that if anybody who's watching, who's a beginner, and you're wanting to start your collection and you want something that's safe and that's going to get you good amounts of attention, compliments, and is just going to make you feel comfortable wearing fragrance, I would genuinely, hand on heart say, you've got to try this out. I mean, it's got everything in that realm. It's sweet, it's wearable, it's very reasonably priced for 100 ml. It's got a lot going for it. But I have kind of smelt this before. And for somebody who is like me, who, moving on to more niche fragrances, there are even some designer fragrances that, like Boss the Scent Absolute and Boss the Scent Private Accord and Emporio Armani Strong With You Freeze. Those are mainstream designer fragrances, but yet they're more memorable. Yet they stick in my mind more over this fragrance. Maybe Mugler played it a little bit too safe, but then again, on the flip side, it's very, very easy to buy and very, very easy to wear. There is nothing necessarily wrong with the scent composition, however, it's blurry. One person could say, well, that means it's got excellent blending, but I don't think so. To me, there's more a kind of a mushy feeling. I know that there's lavender in here, I know that there's Tonka in here, but nothing ever really sort of brings forefront to the stage. Everything feels as though it's sort of in the background, a little bit shy to come out. However, I do enjoy wearing this from time to time, and if I was to make a top 10 safe fragrances, especially for colder weather, this might be number 1. So it depends on how you look at it. On the one hand, it's fabulous, it's great for a beginner, it's good to have, it's convenient to have, but on the other hand, it's boring. It's sort of blur and whatever. I'm going to, with that, give the scent a 3.5 out of 5. That is pretty much truly exactly where it should be in my mind. Projection and longevity. Overall, with my bottle, the projection has been a solid 3. So I put it on, lasts a good amount for maybe an hour or two, and then it really starts to close in and sort of leave it at that. Because of that, it can be a more intimate scent, it can be a more private scent, but if you're trying to blast this out and get tons of attention and, you know, just take down a crowd or take down an environment with this fragrance, it's not going to happen. Longevity is quite good, actually. Certainly above average for a designer. It's going more towards the original Angel Men DNA and certainly that of Pure Malt. It's a 4 out of 5. I actually get around about 8+ hours with this, 8 to 10 on average, but that's just my skin. Please be aware that I got this a couple of years ago and reformulations are somewhat rife with Thierry Mugler at the moment. Overall, if this is one of the first fragrance videos you've ever seen, if you're a beginner and if you don't know quite what to go for and it's now in the colder weather, if you just want something now and you want something that's a very safe bet, Pure Tonka is one of the safest bets that you'll find. I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. Not exactly bad, not bad at all really. Good, but not great. Some of you will be a lot harsher and you've got to definitely take that into consideration. Some people will just absolutely not like this and give it the thrashing that they think that it deserves. But some people are big fans of this one. Some people I know, fellow reviewers, this is their favourite of the Angel Men line. So, it's all to play for if you want to purchase it. But just be aware, it's probably not going to blow your mind. Anyway, I'm the Fragrance Price. Hope that you enjoyed this review, and if you did and you want to see more reviews like this and other fragrance content, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I'm the Fragrance Price. I'll see you tomorrow.